Hello, everybody. This is Charles Anderson, and I'm just a guy from Goodwell, Oklahoma. And I've got a really great video game idea. This is part 12, Constructors, in Java for my Monkey Engine Java Basic series. I'm just going to go over right quick. This one's pretty going to be pretty quick today. All right, Constructors. So, hey, when you start up your class, you can set those initial values for the fields that are in that are contained within a class, and constructors are the way to do it. Especially, constructors are the way to initialize a class based on dynamic values beyond an initial setting. Of course, a lot of the settings that I've done thus far are just where you just have your data and then you give it the initial value. Of course, if you do not set a value and you just create an instance of a class, it's going to be defaulted to null or zeros and all that good stuff. So constructors allow us to give them some settings, and they have the same name. And these are methods. Constructors are considered like a method that doesn't return anything. They have the same name as the class, okay, and they don't return anything, okay. And there can be several constructors as long as they have unique method signatures. In other words, this would be considered overloading a method by giving a different method signature by returning something different, or it's mostly the parameters though that are inside that it's able to accept. And yeah, that's the whole thing on that. So I'm using Monkey Engine. I'm using Java. This is Charles Anderson, indie game developer, Project Idiog. I've got an email. I've got a Twitter. And let's start playing with this, shall we? So there's my one frame right there. Head over to Monkey Engine. All right. So let's see here. We got our little beginner Java. So let's create a class and add it there. So going to add a new Java class. We'll just go new class. All right. So inside your class, you can have different things. Let's give it like an X and Y int. X chord. All right, and I'm not giving them initial values on this because I will now create a constructor. Now, with each of these classes, until you actually put in a constructor, there's a kind of like a default constructor that initializes everything to 0. And so the default constructor, it's just new class, and yeah, it'll look like something like that. So if somebody fires up this without specifying anything, then we can say x chord equals 0, y equals 0, and yeah, that's functionally what it does. I read in the Java language specification that it's actually something a little bit different, but now the constructor that we're interested in, would be where we actually set the y and 0. So int int okay, and then we would be just x chord would equal whatever they initialize that value to, and y chord the same. Okay, there we go. And yeah, so let's head over there and just show off this little functionality right quick. So here we'll have something of new class. My new class. And yeah, we'll make an instance of that, and that'll equal a new. new class, and we can actually take advantage of that constructor right away, and just like say what, 4 on the X, 7 on the Y, and we're actually using that second constructor in the series right here, this one, and because and that'll match up with this thing. But there's no void, there's no public, no private, just the name, and this is considered like a method, and it's used to initialize. Oh, and of course, these are methods. So like if I were to just I'll go ahead and just put a spoiler in here, system.out. Print line. There we are. And we'll say you didn't set anything. Alright, so yeah. And system. Now, you don't usually put print lines and such like that, but constructors are meant to initialize stuff. So if you have like other classes that this has to communicate with, and you construct a new class, then while it's setting its own values, and if it needs to register itself with like a game manager, this is something to keep in mind, because it can also register its values with other classes. Let's see. X is let's concatenate plus, there we are, X chord and Y is oh Y chord. There we are. And then give it a nice little period there at the end. Okay, and did I put my little semicolon at the end? Yes, I did. Alright. Good, groovy, great. So, let's see, new class, my new class. And just for fun, we'll also make another junk class. Then we'll just reset my new class to a new class. Ugh, really? I had to go with the name new class. Alright, and we'll just give that one a blank one. So that way we'll have both outputs. And X is 4, Y is 7, and then we made a new class, a new class, and we set my new class equal to that new class after we set it to that. So here we have it with the initial values, and then of course we made a new class, and they're both 0, and so it didn't set anything. And so there it is in a nutshell. Constructors, yes, a great way to initialize values and to do other stuff like if this is like a subservient class which is managed. You can also use that time to, the constructor to register the class, and I'll have to, and there you go. So, all right, I guess I'll head back over here. That's pretty much it for constructors. It's a great way to initialize a class, and I know at the end of the series there's probably stuff that I'll have forgotten, but when that time comes, I will just go ahead and keep adding at the end. I've been using JMonkey Engine. I'm using Java. I'm Charles Anderson, indie game developer. My project is Idiog. I've got an email. I've got a Twitter. Y'all have a great one, and catch you on the next lesson. Bye.